Good morning from Tasmania, Australia. Welcome to the Tours channel. We've got a lot of blue in this shot. Even that car's blue. It's not a coincidence. I just wanted to go live and say congratulations to the United States of America. It's good to have you back, Grievance. The Mayor of Paris said, "Welcome back, America." And although there are probably people out there that are bummed because their choice of president didn't get in, my beautiful Facebook community that's very top-heavy members of the USA are over the moon. It is a pretty liberal group, I've got to admit, as are friends of mine who live in the States. So I just wanted to say that, as you probably already know, the rest of the world has been watching on with interest, but there's a lot of celebrating going on around the world for you guys. Feels like the best day of 2020, not just for you guys, but for the world, I reckon. The majority. But I just wanted to say, woohoo, and go for a bit of a walk. I'm actually going to head down and get a coffee. And I don't know if they do take away granola bowls, but if they do, I'm grabbing one of those as well from Park Cafe. So when I go in there to order some food, I'll have to just put the camera down and not have it in anyone's faces, because we Australians aren't really big on having cameras shoved in our faces. But look at this beautiful day. I'm a bit late starting because I left the house and I had a sundress on. I was like, yeah, probably a bit optimistic, especially because I've just washed my hair as well. And it's only going to get to like 17 degrees today, but the sun is gorgeous, but it's not quite warm enough at this hour of the day for it to be sundress weather. And a Mustang as well. So we've got a lot of blue and a red one. But there's a lot of American things happening around me, or USA things. Hello, lurkers. Good to have you on the stroll. I mean, I'm happy to hear how everyone's feeling. But not really interested in any tantrum throwing because this is how democracy works. And sometimes your team wins and sometimes they don't. But at the end of the day, majority rules in a democracy. So I think rather than throwing a tantrum, people should be grateful they actually live in a democratic country where they get to vote. No one likes their team losing, but was sympathy extended when your team won last time? I don't remember much of that. Humility floating around. I've got 3 lurkers now. Hello, people. We're going down to the cafe. I'm going to grab a coffee and hopefully a granola bowl. Hey, Anne-Marie, how are you doing today? And how's Dennis? But it's just nice to, I think it's nice just to look at social media today and just see how many people are happy and what a year it's been, you know? Like, it's been such a full-on year for everyone. And I don't recall another day this year where I've seen so much jubilation on social media. You know, if you think back to even life in Australia this year, it started with us having the most horrific bushfires imaginable. Then COVID-19 emerged. There's been all sorts of natural disasters the world over. So, yeah, irrespective of who you wanted to win the election, I'm just happy that people are feeling good today. What are you up to today, Anne-Marie? You got anything planned? I've got some study to do. I've got 2 job applications to finish, which I'm actually enjoying. It's exciting applying for jobs you want, right? And do a bit of cooking later on. But first on the list is brunch. God, I had these pants, they're yoga pants. I had them on a pile to do some mending. They've got a little hole in them, and I was like, they're still really good pants. Fix the hole, but now that I'm walking, it's like, oh, they're ones that need to be hiked up all the time. So I'll fix the hole, and then I'll put them in the charity bin. Gosh, it's a gorgeous day. I'm so excited about summer coming and Christmas and all that sort of stuff. New Year's. I'm not one of those people, though, that's saying, piss off 2020, you suck. I think every year brings its challenges. And I think this year, the world united, you know, that global community strengthened. So I'm not anti-2020 at all. I think we all needed to kick up the bum. We were all spinning out of control. Look, someone made a little bouquet of flowers. It's dying now, but that would have been cute when they were alive. Bit of cheer on a fence post. So yeah, I think from my perspective, 2020 made the world slow down, and I don't think that was a bad thing. Look at the view through there. Look at this cute little hut with it's got a little deck as well. And it might be quite cute just to sit there and look at the beach and ponder the world. I'm very well, thanks, Anne-Marie. I'm hungry, but we'll be able to fix that shortly. I tried to start keto again last weekend and I didn't succeed. I think I was like anxiety eating for my friends in America or something. I was not going to survive the week if I didn't eat some chocolate. So I'm resetting again tomorrow. I'm only going to do it for 3 weeks and then go back to low carb again. But maybe that's why these pants are falling down. Maybe I have lost a bit of weight even though I ate chocolate. So down at this cafe, if they do have, the whole point of me mentioning keto and everything is they make custard-filled donuts that we had the other day, and oh my God, they're so good. So if they have any of them, I'm sorry, but one last hurrah before keto kicks in again tomorrow. But this live was really just to say, sort of using the Mayor of Paris's quote, "Welcome back, America," just to say, "Welcome back, USA." It was just incredibly exciting to wake up to such a happy timeline on social media pages, on on Facebook and Twitter, and not so much YouTube. I found there are a lot of people on YouTube going, "It's not over yet. Fraudulent votes," all that sort of shit. But I actually expected way more American creators to be live about it, to be honest, but might have been, I think it was like we woke up to the news, so maybe it was like 3 a.m. or something in the States and they'd already been live and talked, I don't know. But considering the responses from world leaders, it's a really good article. There's quite a few of them, but if you jump onto Google and just type in responses from world leaders, there's some really beautiful comments on there. But the Mayor of Paris's one was a standout. Hers was just so simple and sweet. It was just welcome back America. It was really lovely. And I just think the sense of optimism and positivity, and I'm all for change. So yeah, I just think it's probably the best day of 2020, not just for Americans, but for all of us. I say what makes you happy too. I just find with keto, it's not really even about weight or anything. It's more about energy levels and clarity. My body and brain just react so well to it. And it just gives me that little sort of reset kick up the bum that carries on once I go back to eating very low carbs, but it just makes me get sort of re-energized. And with study, I'm in the second last week of a postgrad course, and I just find my brain's a lot more clear and focused. So that's really why I'm doing it. Sort of heading into summer, I've got a beautiful yoga retreat that I'm going to on the 29th of November, and that's a reset as well. So it just seemed appropriate that I have a complete overhaul. Now, when I go to the cafe, I'm not going to have my camera up because I'm going to hold it down like this. So I'm sorry if you're looking at a counter or something, but it won't be very long. And I'll go and sit outside in the sun while I wait for my stuff. And then we'll go and sit on the beach in the sun and have a chat. Hey, Emily. How are you doing, Grover? How do you feel about the election results? I'm in a cafe, so I'm trying to be very discreet. We'll have a chat, proper chat when I get back out onto the beach. Yeah, we've never had to wear masks here, Emily, because we haven't had a COVID-19 case on this island for, I think, nearly 90 days, like 3 months. And even back when we were self-isolating, masks weren't compulsory back then because we only had a very small cluster of people with COVID-19 in the northwest of the state. So, yeah, it must be weird for you. It's weird for us seeing people with masks. There's the menu, guys. There'll be beautiful stuff here. Those Lincoln cheese toasties are to die for. But I'm going to see if they're able to do a coconut granola bowl to take away. And if they are, then awesome. But if not, I'll get maybe an egg and bacon roll with cassoundi. Oh yeah, I thought you would be. So you're such a progressive, that's why I love you. I don't have any of the donuts, but I'm eyeing on the Ledger Great carrot cake. I want to see what the muffins are too, but I might take some carrot cake home for when I'm studying. You have a bit of a granola bowl to take away. Awesome. I've got mine this morning. I know, I just thought of it before I walked out of the house. So, if I get a tall latte. Yeah. I get a carrot cake. Studying today, so. Double jump. Carrots.
Yeah, it's basically salad. What name?
Tori?
That's good to go.
Thank you. I'll probably be, I'll come to that side. Cheers. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to find a spot where I'm not poking my camera at everyone. Here looks perfect. I'm so excited for you guys, Emily. It just feels like it's such an exciting day to like open up social media and everyone's happy and excited. I mean, yeah, there's people throwing tantrums and being grumpy, which is going to happen because a team lost, you know. People always get a bit upset if their team doesn't win. But like I said earlier when I was walking down here, that just the fact that it's democracy in action, and people really should just be grateful that they live in a country where democracy and majority rules exist and that they've even got a vote. You know, and it's just the way of anything, isn't it? Sometimes your team wins, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, if anyone's ever lived in a communist country like I have, even only for a short time, I only lived there for just under 6 months, Vietnam, but when you live in a communist country, you realise how precious a vote is. I mean, I was born into a political family, so my family instilled in me the value of the vote from a very early age, but probably more so than most kids and parents would. But yeah, you know, I don't remember there being a lot of humility at the last election in the US for the losers. So in terms of coming from the winning side, I actually think there's just such a lovely positive vibe happening. I really don't like filming kids, so I'm just turning it around. It is an idyllic setting. Wouldn't it be nice to have everyone sitting here? Don't you hate it when people are having a really relaxing Sunday brunch and there's kids running around with a ball and the parents are just sitting there ignoring it? Doesn't that shit you? There's my grumpy for the weekend. So cute. They don't allow dogs in this courtyard area, which is, you know, really good. But there's also a dog beach. So people that come and order from the cafe with dogs, there's a little seating area just on the other side of that sort of hedge where they wait for their stuff. I think it's so cute that they've catered for that. So people don't have to go, oh shit, I want to go and grab a coffee, but where am I going to put my dog? They get to sit out there and there's bowls of water for the dogs and stuff. It's really cool. But I agree, it's a breath of fresh air, and I really do think it's the best day of 2020. I think the planet deserves some good news, and it's certainly been received well the world over. To be honest, my initial thought when I woke up this morning to see it was, thank God Americans and the rest of the world that have been watching on can breathe again. But I also, with COVID-19, funny enough, my second view was, let's hope that now you guys are going to have a chance at getting COVID-19 under control. It's certainly a luxury to be living in a country where we have. Hey, Tanny, how are you? Beautiful. That's awesome, Emily. I'm all for political awareness. I think people should be. I think it disappoints me when people say they're not interested in politics. It's like, well, you don't have to talk about it 24/7, but to not even understand how your political system works, who your leaders are, and then be complaining about everything in your world that doesn't please you and things that politicians could actually change and you're not doing anything about it, that shits me. How can you not show some interest? You don't have to be a bloody raving lunatic and talk about politics 24/7, but to have some awareness. I mean, why is it any different to having awareness about geography or biology or, I'm not going to say chemistry because I don't really think that is that important, but you know what I mean? Wake up, Tanny, wake up. Well, I'm getting a coffee. We're just sitting in the courtyard at Park Cafe. Look at the cute little spot I found. Look where my little spot, just so you know where I'm broadcasting from. There's lots of them around scattered. There's another little one over there. They're scattered around this gorgeous little landscaped garden. And then there's a similar little seating area out the front for people who've got their dogs with them. It's really cute. And they're doing their takeaway granola bowl, coconut granola bowl, which is exciting. Because I didn't know if they could or not. Probably be in something like this, which I don't really enjoy eating out of. But then I thought I'll go down to the beach with my coffee and my granola bowl, and I'm trying to keep my camera off people to give them some privacy. I'm actually going to hop on the other spot because it's sunnier and get a better angle. And I picked up a little tiny carrot cake. Do you want to see the carrot cake? They're so cute. Look at my little carrot cake. You see that, Grievers? How good does that look? Yeah, well, I mean, God, even I corrected someone about an electoral college post earlier today. In fact, no, it was a comment on I put a comment under a YouTube video that was explaining that it's not over till all the electoral votes are counted. And it's like, that's not actually the right wording, but also it's because of the electoral college that this has been announced. Like, is that not correct? Is that not how it works? Like, I don't, my understanding is it's not a repeat of Hillary Clinton and Trump, where she got the popular vote and then got reamed on the electoral college. My understanding is it's been declared because of that, or am I completely and utterly missing that point and I wrote something stupid under someone's YouTube video? Yes, carrot cake for everyone. Isn't it gorgeous looking carrot cake? Oh my God, it's so good. I think it's the perfect little afternoon tea to have when I'm studying. I wish I've got legs that I've got like, this isn't a tripod, or a GoPro. I'm not a GoPro, what are they called? Selfie stick. It's called a Go Stick, Signet Go Stick. And it has actually got 3 little feet. And in a way, I wish I'd actually brought that with me too. I haven't used it for a year, but I could have sat here and had my granola and coffee and just had that camera sitting on the little tripod-y thing. But spot on, Tori. Yeah, thank you, Emily. I thought it was. I actually studied politics at uni because I grew up in a political family, but I love it anyway. And I wrote a thesis on the US, Canadian and Australian systems because it was kind of cool to have 2 Commonwealth systems and then compare it to the States. And I found it so interesting. Like, it was never a chore to study for that, ever. It was a joy. I really, really loved it. I love political processes. I love talking to people about politics when they're open to it. I'm not one of those people that goes, oh, don't mention politics. At the end of the day, people can vote however they friggin' want, you know. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
I have coffee. I didn't bring a keep cup because these takeaway cups, they're biopack, sorry. They're completely combustible. So they just go in my compost. and I couldn't be bothered carrying a carrot cake and a granola bowl and a coffee cup back up to the house. So it's the change America needs, but it's also a return to, I think, what America was. But I also think this 2020 has just been so full on. It's I feel so privileged to, and I'm aware of my privilege of where I live in terms of COVID-19, that I live in an island, on an island where we haven't had a case for over 90 days or around 90 days, 3 months since we had a case. And even back when we had one, that was a guy that was in ICU for like months and months and months before he got a negative result. It's a long time since we had a little cluster up in the northern part of the state. So I don't take that for granted, but I can't imagine what it's like for people living in the States. Well, I know a bit because of American friends who've told me, but like friends of mine in New York and the horror stories that came out of there and the awful things that they went through. And I really feel that it needs to be taken so much more seriously there. And if that's the first thing Biden can get on top of, then bring it on, man. And I'm really excited about, I think I call her Kamala because it's kind of how Australians use it, more Kamala Harris. But I mean, how exciting to have the first female vice president as well. I mean, that's incredibly exciting. That in itself, and she's from her family background's from South Asia. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. Exactly, Emily. And that's one of the reasons I was for Biden so fervently, because I'm sick and tired of the bloody climate change denying world leaders. I'm sick of them. Anyone that believes in climate change is automatically cool in my books. I don't care what their other politics are. I can't handle the climate change deniers. I think it's really exciting. And I think it's just so exciting to open up social media and see all of these really positive, happy posts, people dancing in the streets, world leaders all saying the most encouraging things. I follow Barack Obama on Facebook, and there's a lot of great stuff happening on his page. It's just exciting because there's just been so much doom and gloom this year. But from the doom and gloom, I also think beautiful things have happened. Like I love that our global community's become so much tighter. We're all connected. It's always, when you see like a natural disaster, for example, in another part of the world, my empathetic self is terrified and sad for what the people there are going through. And you can feel sorry for them. But when the entire world is united with this COVID-19 scenario, we're all connected. Everyone's missed out on things. I haven't, but a lot of people have lost people they know and love. I have in the other parts of my life, but not due to COVID-19. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's exactly, Emily. I imagine it would be. Hey, Beth M, welcome. Yeah, I'm happy Biden won too for everyone, not just America, but the planet. Well, not just the States, but I feel like the entire planet's just gone. Oh, it was tense watching Trump. It was tense watching his administration. I can't imagine living in America. Well, I can in a way. I mean, I can't imagine it, but friends of mine who told me what it's been like. But I just felt like everyone was just shallow breathing for the last 4 years. Does anyone else feel the same way? And even people that are for Trump, I think there could have been other leaders that wouldn't have made the entire world be constantly in fight or flight mode. That's how it's felt. And the sun's shining here. People here are pretty happy, very happy. A lot of people are talking about it on the beach. Like, it's another event this year that's united the world, but it's just so nice that people are smiling and happy on Facebook and Twitter. And, I follow politics. I've seen so many people just absolutely banging their heads against the wall for the last 4 years. It's so lovely just to see jubilation. Oh, Beth Emma, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so, so sorry to hear that. Yeah, totally shallow breathing. And not just again the states, but one of the reasons why so many world leaders are responding to the announcement with such positivity is because they've really had a hard time dealing with Trump. It hasn't been easy for, countries to also to get on board and help each other out and hang out. I mean, America's one of our allies, and there was time there where it was like, God, Trump might actually be told to stay away from Australia for a while. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was our current Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, but one of our Prime Ministers hung up on Trump. Might have been Malcolm Turnbull. I agree, Tanny. It was getting scary. It was getting very scary. And the blind allegiance to him, I was really scared of as well. That really bothered me. Like political diehards, if a perfect leader, and there's never going to be one, came along, but political diehards were all singing that person's praises, I'd be like, even if I didn't like their ideologies, I'd be like, well, from their perspective, this is probably the best example of a Republican or a Democrat or a Liberal or a Labor politician. I'm using Australian parties in this analogy as well. I can understand why people are sort of singing their praises. But when you've got people, like everyday people that don't really follow politics, that are singing Donald Trump's praises and have complete blind allegiance to him, that's really dangerous. I had a massive argument with still a friend of mine, but a Trump supporting friend. Her backstory kind of explains her views. I don't condone it, but it's her view. She's entitled to it, but it sort of bums me that someone I love so much, she's so different, so politically opposed to me, but that's fine. But the issue that I had is she cannot find one flaw in him. And it's like, it's actually okay to admit there are things that your favourite politician does that suck. It's okay to admit that they are fuckwits from time to time. You don't have to blindly follow them and think everything that comes out of their mouth is accurate. And when he got caught out lying, oh, that was just a joke. Not her, that wasn't her response, but America's joke. Remember early in the COVID stuff, and he got caught out lying, and then he turned around and went, "Oh, that was just the drinking bleach or one of those things?" And I just said to her, "Can't you just accept that was really fucking stupid of him to say that?" Because he did have these blind followers, and some of them did drink fish tank cleaner and carked it. Like it's okay to admit that people aren't always perfect, but the blind allegiance. When I was in Hawaii, most people that were around me were not fans of Trump, which was awesome. But the ones that were, they played the Make America Great Again song, one of Trump's campaign songs, which I'd never heard before, thank fuck, and I'll be happy if I never hear it again. But this was like October 2018 that I was there. And these fuckers, so he's already 2 years into his term, this song gets played, and these fuckers all stand up and sing and sway, and they're crying. And I'm thinking, this is like a cult. This is scary. Much love to you, Beth M. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Um, I'm so sorry to see that news of yours. Yay! You can keep your spoon. I bought my. Have a great day. Thank you for your cheery smile. Not that anyone in Tassie doesn't smile, but look, guys, granola bowl. I've got 50% battery, so why don't I head down to the beach and sit on the sand and we can keep chatting? Does that sound like a plan? I'll probably have to eat some of my granola, but I'm hungry as. I might just have a couple of mouthfuls. And that's the thing, Beth M. You can have friends that support both sides, and I think it's important to have. I think it's important to have a collection of friends that have different political views in your life. No doubt about it. But then there's a few people that I have seen, that blankly unfriended every single Trump supporter on their page, and I would never tell them that I think that that's narrow-minded, but I actually do. If they're just people who support Trump who are rational and can discuss why they like Trump and also admit Trump wasn't perfect, why would you ditch them? Because they're the perfect example of the friend you want, really. But, you know, politically opposed, but still able to have a conversation. But the diehard, blinded, just, you know, thinking he's perfect and acting like they're in some sort of cult, I don't have an issue with them being removed. I wouldn't want someone constantly posting on my wall that drivel. But if they're able to have a conversation about it, of course you keep them around. Variety's the spice of life. I don't think he had COVID either, Tanny. No, I can't hear on foot. Someone blocking something. Oh. So I'm going to grab I'm just going to put my carrot cake in my bag. Hang on, I've got to put you between my legs. That's what she said. Oh, hang on, I'll show you the granola bowl before I walk because I know it's going to look amazing. Oh my God, guys, look. Look, Groovers. Can you see that? There's all sorts of goodies in there. Cute tree. Oh, this one here? That's actually a succulent. If that's the one you mean, Emily. All right. So yeah, those succulents. I've got them in my garden too. They grow they're like weeds. But if that's the one you mean, Emily, yeah, they're beautiful succulents, and they grow very well down here. And they're a great plant to have in your garden too because they thrive on neglect. Oh, now how am I going to carry this? So that yogurt is coconut yogurt. It's a new addiction of mine. Well, it's not a new addiction. I've been addicted to it for quite a while now. But oh my God, that dude had just completely parked. What a loser. This is where you drive in and he had just parked there like it was a car park. You completely blocked off the driveway. Dude. So thank you to Park Cafe. Shameless plug. If anyone ever comes to Tassie, please go there. The guy that opened it used to run one of the best restaurants in Hobart, and everyone was very upset when they decided to close during self-isolation quarantine at the start of the year. But his choice to do that is at Dodgers Ferry's gain because we've now got this really gorgeous cafe doing coconut yogurt granola bowls. Oh, I was going to go through the car park. I'll go down the track. It'd be nice to just sit on the beach for a little while and have a chat, eat some of my granola. So glad you guys are with me. It's lovely to have some company, but I really also just wanted you guys to know how happy we're all for you. Like Australia feels lighter today. I can't imagine. I keep saying I can't imagine, but I can't. And blue everywhere here. Blue sky, blue sea. Blue's my favourite colour. My party in Australia changes with the breeze. I'm very much a conscious voter. But the party that my father and my grandfather and my uncle and my brother were all in is the blue party. And I reckon if I'd had to vote when I was 5, I would have voted them just because it was blue without even knowing about the politics. Supercare. Oh, you're talking dog paintings again? I've got to show you, Tanny. In fact, I'll do it when I go live next time, if I go live next time. I'm still going to go live doing beach walks. There's so many surfers out too. Everyone's surfing for the USA. Surfing USA. Everyone's happy today. Well, everyone's happy down here, but doesn't the planet feel like it's smiling right now? Just to me. But I want to show you my face masks, Tanny, because I bought them from Bandara, which is an Aboriginal clothing website. It's fucking crazy expensive. but beautiful. But yeah, my face masks, my COVID face masks that I bought just for an emergency. Well, not just for an emergency. If I travel again, I'm going to travel with them. I think COVID's going to be floating around a while yet. But they're dot painting ones, and they're beautiful. Can't you feel the change though, Tanny? It feels different here. I think maybe because I've spent the first couple of hours today just helping my huge Facebook community celebrate. Well, not huge, 15,000, but most of them are US members. Just enjoying seeing what they're writing, helping them celebrate, sharing quotes like the one that's in my thumbnail. The Mayor of Paris saying, "Welcome back, America." Like, it's just been a really positive morning, and then the sun's shining. Like, I feel like, I feel like the world's smiling today. Even your grandson understands what this means. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I just think change is as good as a holiday. This is an expression that I've heard a Trump voter use earlier today on YouTube, and I thought, well, good on you. I thought good on him because, sorry, but I've seen a shitload of tantrums being thrown around the traps as well. But I like that someone can say, well, he had his run and he didn't impress enough people for them to put him back in. So, that's democracy. Let's see how Biden goes. I thought it was a pretty mature. Gee, beach is crowded. I came down first thing this morning and there were like 6 people here. I suppose it's Sunday and it's sunny. I want to take my shoes off, but I've run out of hands. I've got my coffee in my granola bowl, this fucking selfie stick thing. What's it? My protein, whatever it's called. And I'm heading, hey Casper. Here's the beach, Grover. Got quite a few surfers out, although they're all behind waves at the moment, but there's a few out the front. And a shitload of people on the beach. I just wanted to find a little spot to sit down and eat my granola and drink my coffee, but I'm going to keep walking. And I want bare feet too, but I'll do that in a minute. I'm carrying things right now. Hey, Scout Inquirer. Good to see you. Hello, Sunshine. Hello. Yeah, what date is it, Emily? Is it the 20th or the 25th of January? I can't remember. Remind me what the date is, because I remember the last election when Trump got in, my group on Facebook, because it's a pretty left-leaning group and also top-heavy American, we had drama, understandably. They were pretty pissed off. But we had drama from now till the date in January. It was insane. So this year we've actually turned on post approval because even though it's a non-censor group and we are allowing most of the threads now because the election result was a good one, but if Trump had got back in, we would have had to have been really strict on post approval and what we could and couldn't allow, because we spent hours every day moderating people fighting, and it was just too stressful. It's an international group, and I mean, as you guys, the Americans that are watching now, as you guys know, we take an interest in your country and your political system. A lot of Americans have admitted they don't know much about the rest of the world, and I'm hoping that changes with time. But the rest of the world's been watching on in bewildered awe. But being an international group on Facebook, we can't have 600 threads all screaming and fighting with each other. But thankfully, my left-leaning group is going to be or is proving to just want to party their butts off, and that's fine by all of us. We're all joining in. The 20th. There you go. Are you impressed, Emily, that I knew it was the 20th or the 25th? Telling you, I'm into this shit. No, I just have a weird memory for dates. Do you reckon Melania's going to leave him now? Beth M? Who voted for Trump too? Hello, Sunshine. G'day. If I didn't say hello. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey. Goodbye. How's that song go? Right. Tori goes to the beach to perv on the surfers. More like Casper goes to the beach to perv on the girls in bikinis. I do perv on the surfers. Who doesn't? Who doesn't perv on surfers? We've got heaps of chick surfers here too, by the way. We cater for all interests. But yeah, who doesn't perv on surfers? Surfers are my perfect boyfriends. And it's quite funny because most women that I know that have dated surfers, not so many men. In fact, I don't recall any male friends saying it, but a lot of female friends that I know that have dated surfers are like, oh, don't date a surfer. You'll always be number two. You're the second. You're the mistress. The surf is their true love. And I'm like, bring on the surfers. I don't want the clingy, codependent fucker. I would like my partner to disappear for the entire day and be surfing and come back all zen and blissed out because he's been communing with the ocean, then have that little fucker in my house annoying the shit out of me all day, every day. So I never had a problem with my surfer boyfriend. They would get up, go for a surf, and I'd get to do shit at home that I like to do, a bit of cooking, or go and catch up with some friends, or have a surf myself, although these days I'm more of a boogie boarder, because I just find trying to catch a wave boring, whereas boogie boards out here today, you could probably catch every wave. It's not a very big swell. It was bigger this morning. It's beautiful. Raven's treasure chest. How you going, Groover? For those of you who imbibe, yes, everyone have a drink for Emily if you drink. I wanted to respond to Raven. Oh, Steve from AFTV. I don't know who that is. Oh, Agenda Free TV. He voted for Trump. I turned off him anyway when I gave him a super chat purely because my sister asked how super chats work, and he was the only fucker alive. So I gave him $5. He didn't even acknowledge it. Go fuck yourself, Steve, I said, and I unsubscribed. Raven's point. Exactly, Casper, boobs and bums, and why the Lord created our lovely beaches. Oh yeah, Kiwi tradies, any tradies, but yeah, I get the Kiwi even more because they've got that beautiful skin and Islander features. They're not Caucasian white. Boring. Raven's treasure chest. Yeah, I know there's still stuff to be counted. It's not over yet, but I personally think that it wouldn't have been called if there was a chance of those votes making a difference. But I'm happy to chat about that. How much battery have I got? Still got 36%. I think it'd be very dangerous to call the election result if there was still doubt, because everyone's been waiting for what, 3 days for the result? That's just my understanding, but I could be wrong. But it would be very dangerous to call the result if the result's not determined. But correct me if I'm wrong. Do you reckon, Tanny? I don't think you could pay anyone to say they voted for Trump if they didn't. That's just my opinion. I certainly wouldn't, unless we're talking $1 million. But you're kind of inviting more strife by saying you voted for Trump, unless you've got a Trump supporter heavy channel, I guess. But even so, he didn't acknowledge my $5, so go fuck yourself, Steve. Oh, sorry, Emily. He wasn't busy. That was why it was annoying. He was sitting in his kitchen talking about carrots or something. He was not busy. He wasn't doing his little news show. He was doing his Steve at home. No, he was making ramen noodles. He was making ramen and he was engaging with chat, which is why him not acknowledging it was an issue. If I'd sent him, I time my super chats, but if I'd sent him a super chat when he was flat chat and not looking at his chat, then fair enough. That's my fault for not sending the super chat when he's reading chat, but he was. And I even said something witty, I can't remember what it was, that would appeal to his sense of humour based on a joke I heard him crack once. I mean, I know how to manipulate super chat. Don't you worry about that. But, yeah, he didn't acknowledge me at all. And my sister and I just went boo hiss and I unsubscribed. That was my understanding, Casper. Yeah, he did make it to the 270, Raven, but my understanding is Trump can't because Biden did. Like, there's not enough electoral votes left. Is that right? Oh, I agree, Raven. He's already pitching a fit. I found a fantastic meme today that I posted in my Facebook community, the Child Free group. Do you guys remember the baby blimp, the Trump baby blimp that went over London? There's a meme floating around of it now as a cartoon approaching the Statue of Liberty. And it's got all the states on it that were decided in the last 24 hours, so like Georgia, Pennsylvania, on the spikes of the Statue of Liberty, and the blimp is headed straight towards it. I'd forgotten about that blimp. That blimp provided a bit of entertainment, didn't it? Yeah, I think Trump's going to do all kinds of things, but good luck, Trumpy. I don't think he's going to do very well. I don't know. Let's watch. I mean, it's incredibly unlikely that he's going to take this lying down, and he's already made that pretty obvious he's not going to. Val, hello. Yes, we are here celebrating for you as well, Val, and all Americans who watch my channel. Americans in the United States of. There's a vibe all over the planet today, Val. There's a beautiful, well, I read one article, but there's probably heaps of them floating around that I thoroughly recommend you Google, which is the reaction from all the world leaders, and it's really, really lovely. And that's what my thumbnail is. It's the mayor of Paris who just said, "Welcome back, America," which is so sweet. But yeah, trust us, the whole world's been holding its breath. It's nowhere near as tense for you guys. We would never claim it would be even close to what it would be like to be living in the United States right now. But the world has been watching on, and there's a definite vibe here today. I mean, there's people on the beach, there's surfers. But even on my social media, I was saying when I started this live that after a really challenging year for the planet, which has brought the global community a lot closer, I think, um, I honestly think today is the best day in terms of for 2020 so far, where people are feeling great. Now, if Trump does carry on and sue and do all the things he's threatening to do, there might be some more grim days ahead as well. But at the end of the day, right now, everyone's feeling pretty fucking good. Except for the Trump tragics. There are the Trump voting realists. I've got time for them. The people that go, hey, it's a democratic system. Not enough people voted for him. He gave it his best shot or whatever they want to say. I'm fine with those people. But the ones that are just like having a massive tantrum, and let's be honest, who did they learn to have tantrums from? Exactly, Emily. Like, we love that you can all breathe. I've actually got on my Facebook page, for those of you who are friends of me on Facebook, my status says Biden wins, hashtag let America breathe again. Do you like that? Like, and there's a bit of a double entendre with that too, with the let America breathe again, this little hashtag I made up this morning. A, because everyone's been holding their breath, especially in the USA. But secondly, it's kind of a bit of a COVID-19 statement as well. I'm deep in the morning. I'm going to try my granola so I can give you a review. I haven't had that granola bowl before. It's a coconut yogurt granola bowl. And it's got so many good things in it. I'll show it to you again. Look what I'm about to eat. Coconut yogurt, beautiful granola. I can see pepitas, pumpkin seeds. There's little balls of barley. There's shredded coconut. Oh my god! Oh, oh yum! Mm. Oh wow, Val, that's amazing! Yay! And how cool that he gave you a graduate commencement speech. That's awesome. We're more on a sit and chat, Channy. Oh, what's this? Mmm. Yum. I couldn't work out what the sweet kick I just got in that last mouthful was. Can I show? I even brought my own teaspoon from home, even though they've got biodegradable ones. I like eating with a real spoon. But look, guys, it's got rhubarb. It's got stewed rhubarb in it. Oh my god, it's so good. Sorry, it's gross eating when I'm live, but I'm hungry and it's yogurt. I don't want to eat it when it's warm. Oh, hell to the yes. I do a lot of coconutty yogurt things at home with my own homemade granola. Yum, there's so many different seeds. It's delicious. This is really light too, like the actual yogurt's really light. We've got people that are friends with the Biden family. Wow, Tammy, that's cool. Look at my look at my esteemed chat and all the contacts you've got. And look how much blue there is in my shot. Do you think that's coincidence? I know it's always blue here, but today it just seems more perfect. See, that dog's happy. Hey, Groover, you're pretty, but you're not having my granola. I'm giving this granola 30 million out of 10. Shit, I've only got 28% battery left. Battery goes down a lot faster using StreamYard than Streamlabs. I might have to go back to using Streamlabs when I go live on my phone because it doesn't chew up the battery as quickly. But I haven't got Streamlabs set up for this channel yet. I've only got it set up for my Struck channel. So it's as useless as an ashtray on a motorbike at the moment. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, it's actually not, Casper. It's probably 8 meters max, maybe 6. It's not at all. It's another reason I don't like using StreamYard on my phone. Like, it's so zoomed out, and I can't actually. It's not actually the accurate portrayal at all. Like, it's still kind of high tide. I mean, high tide comes up closer than it is, but yeah, if I had to get up and walk to the beach, to the waves, to the water's edge, it would be 6 or 7 paces maximum steps. It's not far at all, but it does. It looks a mile away. Can you go YouTube live directly? No, because this is my backup channel. I don't have 1,000 subscribers on either channel. I've never been able to go live from YouTube direct. Well, I was originally until they brought the 1,000 sub limit thing in. Someone else told me the other day they went live direct from YouTube, and I tried it. I can't. It doesn't let me. I don't know why. Oh, it's so good. I just got cranberries in that mouthful. Oh my god. I'm gonna. This is food porn. I say yogurt, Planet Sunshine. A lot of people say yogurt. There's a bit of a joke in Australia. There's a TV show called Kath and Kim. Um, some Australians say muesli and yogurt. And in Kath and Kim, they say muesli and yogurt. But I'm a muesli and yogurt kind of gal. It's so yummy. I wish you guys were all just sitting here. We could have, wouldn't it be nice to have sat around a park and had brunch together? I wish I was there with you. We'd walk every day and laugh. I know, Val. Wouldn't it be gorgeous? There's nothing better than peeing your pants from laughing. Well, I mean, there's a shitload of things that are better than that. But I remember as a kid, my sister and I were down at the park, there's like a little playground near the beach where we grew up, which didn't look dissimilar to this beach actually, but not a surf beach at all. Although today there's not much swell. This doesn't really look like a surf beach either, but it is. But I got on a swing, and Ange and another friend of ours twisted the swing around, and the chain snapped, and I fell off the swing and onto the ground, and all 3 of us wet our pants. We were laughing so much. At a blatant vandalism. Well, it wasn't though. It was a good sign for the council to fix the chains on the chairs, on the swings. I was tiny. It wasn't from my weight. I wasn't very big. Oh, Emily's in love with Tim Minchin. Yay! Bethany use organic. I've never tried organic banana milk. I'd love to. Emily, we'd love to have you here. I kind of feel like the members on my chat, that my subs that are in the USA are kind of already token Aussies because you get us. You get our senses of humour. You don't get upset when we're sarcastic. You know, when I'm being dry, not serious. Like, you know. Oh, Val, much love to you. Oh, it's granola. It's food porn, I'm telling you. Cute baby animals just uploaded a video of dogs. Cute baby animals gets me through some dark moments, but today I don't need to see the dogs because there's happiness abounding. I can't believe I've got to go home and sit inside and finish these applications. One of them's nearly done and the other one's not, but I'm really enjoying writing it. Oh, hello, puppy. That little border collie nearly got my granola. No, we don't take life too seriously here, Tony, and we don't take ourselves too seriously, and I think that's important as well. I just don't think you're ever going to see on YouTube a drama community, an Australian drama community, because it just doesn't exist. That sort of shit. I mean, we pay attention and educate ourselves and travel the world and listen to people's stories and learn shit as well. We're informed, but yeah, Australians don't take ourselves seriously. We take the piss out of each other all the time, and it's like, well, I've said this before on my channel. In Australia, you see a friend and you're like, "G'day, cunt, how you doing?" Like it's a term of endearment. Aha, it's raining, Casper. Awesome. But once I can go, yeah, we've got nicer weather than you. You Queenslanders rub it in with me all the time. Fucking Tassie, it's so fucking cold. It's like, really? Have you been here? No. How do you know it's cold? See it on the TV. But when it's 24 in Tassie, it's like it's 30 and when it's in Queensland because the sun down here is insane. And we've got the dry climate. We don't have any humidity at all. I'm already getting a tan and I've only walked on the beach in sort of summery, like, short skirt, singlet kind of stuff in the last week and I've already got a bit of a tan happening. That's a lovely perspective, Val. I like that. Ah, your mum was a Murphy, Emily. Well, I mean, Australians, a lot of us are convict stock. We are the spawn of Irish, Scottish, English. One side of my family is Irish, the heritage. I mean, I'm seventh generation Australian, but I've still got dark brown hair and blue eyes, which is a very Irish combination, and hasn't been bred out in my family. My dad had almost jet black hair and piercing blue eyes because it's one recessive gene and a dominant gene. Like it's an unusual combo. It's the same as blonde hair, brown eyes. The blonde hair is the recessive gene and the brown eyes is the dominant. I love genetics. No, tan is not convict stock, but like I said, many Australians are. I mean, these days, more recent generations in Australia, we've got like the multiculturalism here is so cool. There's well, even that couple just walking past. She's a really cute little maybe Japanese, maybe I don't know. She's Asian, beautiful. But there's a lot of blends of combinations and stuff now. Like I love that Australia is such a big melting pot of interesting people from so many different backgrounds, and it's been really lovely volunteering with like multicultural sort of groups. I'd love to be doing more with like Migrant Resource Centre as well. People have just got such interesting backstories. Every person on the planet's got an interesting backstory of where they've come from and what their ancestors got up to. And oh, Emily, how beautiful. Yay for the China blue eyes, gorgeous. And yeah, why do boys always get really good at eyelashes? I've got pretty long eyelashes, but my cousin Tom, he has the most incredible eyelashes, even as a baby. Well, as a baby especially, but whenever I catch up with him, and he's an incredibly good-looking guy, and he's a super talented musician, but he's got these sort of doughy eyes and these insane eyelashes, and it's like, do you appreciate your eyelashes, Tom? And he's like, well, no, but the girls do. And I'm like, yeah, it's a waste. They're probably all looking at you going, fuck you, I have to pay to get eyelash extensions. You're at your sister's country retreat, Casper. That sounds posh. I wish my sister had a country retreat. She lives on a beach too. We dragged a little dinghy down to the water and went like 12 o'clock straight ahead. See those houses over in the distance? That's the beach where my sister is. And her house is on the waterfront. And it's a cute little shack like mine. Like it's not a big fancy McMansion or anything, but Ange and I always say we should just get a speedboat and just, rather than drive, just go across Prince Frederick Henry Bay in a boat. So it's really lovely because her outlook from over there, one of those houses you could see won't be hers, even though hers is on the waterfront. It's small and it's navy blue, but her outlook's like the same as mine. So quite often if we're chatting on the phone and there's like an electrical thunderstorm or something happening further down the Tasman Peninsula, while we're chatting, we're both like, oh shit, did you see that lightning? I love that. I love that we share the same sort of outlook and view, even though we live maybe 30 minutes apart by car. Emily, heck, I wish I had a sister. I'm your sissy. We're all family on my channel. We can all adopt each other. If you're missing a brother, if you don't have a brother, you can adopt Casper. If you want a sister, you've got heaps to choose from. Hey, thanks for putting up with me while I'm eating. I know it's horrible, but there's no way I was going to stop this. I was just going to have a couple of mouthfuls. And I'm like, that sounds divine, Casper. We're all coming to stay. Belle shares a common grandfather with Patrick Swayze. He got the dance moves from somewhere. He was a lovely man. I loved Patrick Swayze, not just because of Dirty Dancing. I loved him in Ghost too, but it was more oh fuck, what was it? Point Break. Was he one of the criminals in Point Break? Or am I totally wrong on that? But Point Break cracks me up when they come to Australia and they're at Bells Beach. Tori, did you see what I saw? I've only got 15% battery, bugger. I've just got a flashing warning. I saw about the Patrick Swayze dance moves. I'm scrolling back up. It's kind of hard. You're an Irish clown as well. Awesome. Because I'm sort of eating the last of my granola, I'm kind of looking down to get it all on my spoon and not all over my clothes. Never saw it. Oh, Point Break. It's hilarious. It's a good movie. They rob banks with masks on of different presidents of the United States of America. But they're all surfers. I thought he was cute. I now feel dirty because he was my cousin. Well, wasn't marrying your first cousin legal in most places again now? I'm pretty sure it's okay if they're like his second cousin. Tony, you are complex, but in a good way. That coconut granola was complex and yet so light and delicious. And the poached rhubarb in the bottom of it, and then these little because there were so many seeds, these little chewy cranberries. Oh my god, it was good. And the coconut yogurt was as fluffy as fuck. I don't know how they made it so fluffy. It was. I mean, they may have made it themselves. I think they did. It's certainly not. I've never had a commercial coconut yogurt like that. I think they made it themselves. I know they would have actually, because the guy that owns that cafe used to have, like I said at the start of this, one of the best restaurants in Hobart. They were the first restaurant in Hobart that really sort of did all that kooky foraging on beaches and serving up plates of seaweed and all kinds of things that they'd found on the beach. Thistles, I ate thistles there. They had like a thistle salad. It's a second cousin. I'm sure I saw something the other day on in a doco where they were saying, or might have even been in my dementia study, but for a long time you couldn't marry a first cousin because of genetic defects, the likelihood of them. But because people are so, we've all travelled and we've all bred around the world and stuff, they've actually, I don't think it's illegal anymore in some parts of the world because we're all diluted. And the risks of any kind of illness are no greater than if you marry a complete stranger that's not blood related. It was quite interesting to read it. Just light me a ciggy before I finish my coffee and then head back with 11% battery. If this does cark it, this live, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll be walking up the beach to my little track, going up through the sand dunes, back up the hill, and then getting on with some study. Oh, someone asked how Biscuit was earlier. She's really good. She's probably really pissed off right now because I'm not at home and she is. She's so like a dog in so many ways. Like, when I get home, I get the look of how dare you, and she smells the beach on me, and she's like, how dare you go to the beach and not take me with you? I've never had a cat like that. Like, I reckon if I walked out the door, actually Oliver used to follow me to uni. I used to live near the uni campus where I studied, and a couple of times I was nearly at the campus and I turned around and Oliver was behind me. I had to pick him up and carry him fucking home. So actually I lied. I've had another tabby very similar to Biscuit. But yeah, she's so like a dog. She's like, right, we're going to the beach, we're going for a drive. Like, she just wants to be hanging out with me all the time. Yeah, go and watch Biden. It's probably a good time for me to see you, Beth M. Probably a good time for me to end it so we can all listen. With my 8% battery left, I'll try and listen to him when I walk up to my house. That's interesting too, Tanny. Isn't it amazing if that's true, that 1%, how different we all are? My coffee's gone cold, but it's a really nice iced coffee now because the milk is delicious. Yeah, I'm going to binge it too. I'll get one application in. Well, I'll probably watch Biden when I get home. Then I'll just finish off and send one application. Then I'll put Biden back on while I format my other one. They're both due at midnight tonight. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, though, and thanks for letting me share once again the beach where I live, because I love sharing it with you guys. Have a beautiful day, night. Celebrate your butts off, and know that the rest of the world is celebrating with you. For those of you that are upset that your team lost, hey, just be grateful you live in a democratic society where you still get to have a say. And take care, everyone. And until next time, stay groovy. Love you guys so much. Bye.